Anxiety, overthinking, and chronic stress define the modern daily experience. We often view these as contemporary failures, yet the specific psychological solutions for these states were documented 5,000 years ago. The Bhagavad Gita functions as a technical map of human personality. It provides a detailed breakdown of how individual emotions interact with our decision-making processes. In the first chapter, Arjuna experiences a complete collapse of will on the battlefield. This matches the biological profile of a modern panic attack or acute professional burnout, where the pressure of the moment overrides the ability to act. The text identifies the specific mechanism of this paralysis. When emotional intensity crosses a certain threshold, it actively suppresses the intelligence required to make balanced choices. Any cognitive healing begins with this awareness. You must first acknowledge the internal emotional state before you can apply a logic-based solution to an external problem. Chapter 2 focuses on cognitive clarity. It demonstrates that performance and anxiety are inversely correlated. By shifting focus strictly to the immediate duty and ignoring the variable of the final result, the mental load decreases, allowing performance to peak. Chapter 3 addresses the mechanics of action. Motivation is shown here as an erratic, volatile wave that rarely sustains long-term effort. In contrast, the steady, compound curve of disciplined habits provides the consistent momentum required to bypass procrastination. The fourth chapter explores how acquiring new knowledge changes our default behavioral patterns. When the conceptual understanding of a situation shifts, the corresponding physical response and life trajectory change with it. Chapter 5 describes the practice of emotional regulation during high-stakes work. It defines internal peace as the ability to maintain a balanced mind while fulfilling heavy external responsibilities. To counter modern dopamine cycles and constant distraction, the sixth chapter provides techniques for deliberate concentration. Training the mind to return to a single point of focus increases the mental strength needed to resist external stimuli. Sustained mental health requires this active management of thought. The mind either acts as a controlled tool for your intentions or an unguided force that dictates your mood. Chapter 7 moves from the collection of facts to the application of wisdom. Real change occurs only when a piece of knowledge is integrated into a person's daily behavior and experienced firsthand. The 8th and 9th chapters explain how daily microhabits and a focused belief system compound over time. This internal trust acts as a psychological buffer against the fear of failure. Chapter 10 builds self-confidence through the identification of intrinsic strengths. By focusing on personal attributes rather than social comparisons, an individual creates a stable foundation for their own self-worth. Chapter 11 introduces the power of perspective. When the mind zooms out to view a problem as part of a much larger system, the immediate failure loses its catastrophic weight and becomes a manageable detail. The 12th chapter identifies empathy, the quiet strength of humility, and the power of forgiveness as the functional components of emotional intelligence. These traits serve as the practical basis for maintaining stable relationships and internal composure. Broadening the perspective in this way transforms setbacks from threats into objective data points that can be analyzed and resolved. Chapters 13 and 14 initiate a process of deep self-auditing. They require a person to recognize their ingrained habits and how those specific patterns influence their daily personality and quality of life. Chapter 15 separates core identity from external metrics. As shown on this scale, the weight of a person's character and values outweighs modern indicators, like job titles or social status, providing a more stable source of self-worth. The 16th and 17th chapters focus on the cumulative effect of micro-decisions. Choosing honesty and patience over anger and greed in small moments determines the eventual direction of a person's life. The final chapter provides a resolution for the modern drive for achievement. It defines success as the honest execution of one's duty and the attainment of internal peace, regardless of the external reward. This framework offers a definitive system for decision-making and emotional management. It is a practical guide for any student or professional seeking to navigate high-pressure environments with clarity. Ultimate psychological liberation is found by mastering the internal mind, allowing it to remain steady despite the shifting pressures of the modern world.